Hare Krishna. Om Gyana Timirandasya Gina Gina Shalakaya Chakshur Militamina Tasmai Shri Gurve Maha Shri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapitmena Bhutale Swarpakadam Hyam Dati Swapadantikam Vadeham Shri Guru Shutpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnivam Shri Rupam Sagartam Sahagnara Argunatam Vitam Tam Sachivam Сдватам Савдутам Париджана Сахитам Кришна Читания Девам Ширата Кришна Падан Сахагналита Шивишакам Витамча. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Kupesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vrisha Panu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Hare Krishna. Today I will again try to read from these 3 books as the last time. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deva Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskatyadeshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So first, let's begin with the Gaudyya Darsana. As you all know, this is a lecture of His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvati Ṭhākur Prabhupāda, and this is the translation in English. This is the for a first time there is translation in English, which was done from Sri Prema Prayojana Prabhu. Jai His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvati Ṭhākur Prabhupāda. Jai Sri Prema Prayojana. So let us see where I was actually the last time. Okay. Yes. So I have reached the following paragraph. The following part of the text. Whatever the title is whatever is not Purna Jnana is the province of Maya. Other than the experience of Bhagavan or the invisible substance, Akhanda Vastu, whatever is experienced is Maya. Whatever knowledge is obtained by the assistance of sound coming from the class of teachers concerned with the external world is all nothing but illusion, Maya, Maya. Maya, Maya. If Guru is not Atma Tattvavit, a knower of the truth of the soul, then his words and the scriptural instructions emanating from his mouth cannot bring about auspiciousness. The title of the next part, of the next paragraph is One cannot arrive at the factual truth by the ascending process of logical argument. Although we may collect the 16 philosophical systems described by Sayana Madhava or the various philosophical opinions stated by the Western philosophers, still we will not be able to know anything about the subject of Adokshaja Darshana, vision beyond the range of sensory perception. There will only be a series of arguments and counter-arguments investigating the philosophical truth. By this, one will not easily find the path to search out the genuine truth. Vastava Satya. If the factual substance is cultivated by engagement of all the senses in attentive service, 24 hours a day, then the philosophical truth will become manifested directly before us. The title of the next paragraph. The title is for the next part of the text is Attentiveness to service is the only qualification for attaining auspiciousness. I have no qualifications. I do not have advanced knowledge of Sanskrit. I have not performed any karma, jnana, yoga, or austerities. There is no need to become hopeless or frustrated on account of such considerations. No type of insentient worldly expertise, jada, abhignata, can give a vision of the conscious reality. The conscious reality is seen only by the eye of consciousness, by the function of consciousness. Therefore, Gaudyya Darshana says, Stane stitaha, wherever a human is, let him remain there. It is of no consequence. However, in the human's Chetana Dharma, which is katha of the Advaya Jnana, he should hear by his spiritual ear. Chetana Karna. He should not take shelter of the path of logic. Rather, he should deliberate on the verse. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasnana sevaya upadekshanti te jnana jnanena tattvadarshinaha. This is from Sri Bhagavad Gita, verse 434. If he offers his attentively listening, Shravanonmukha, ears, that is, if he's ready to engage in hearing, at that time he will achieve auspiciousness. Considerations such as it is necessary to continue to pursue my academic career belong to the Arohavadis, self-elevationists, or adherents of the ascending process. Yes, well, before the last paragraph, um, it was explained that the ascending process does not bring us to the truth. Yes, okay. Bhagavad Gita. Well, let's see how was the what was the meaning. Well, I have to know this verse. Of course, we have learned this verse in Bhakti Shastri course, of course. Okay, let's see. So 434 it was. Yes. Oh, yes. 434. Yes, this was. The translation of this verse is. Oh, there's even a purport from Śrīla Prabhupāda. Oh, okay. Yes. Let us read it also. Okay. Okay. The meaning of the verse is. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. This is, of course, a famous verse. Yes. So, okay. So, now I will continue with the next book. The next time I will continue to read here. Jai His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvati Ṭhākura Prabhupāda. Jai Shri Prema Prayojana Prabhu. So the next book was the Gayatri book from His Holiness Sachinanda Swami. Jai Sachinanda Swami. Jai His Holiness Sachinanda Swami. Jai, the Gayatri book. So this is chapter 3, the fourth part. The title is The Engagements of a Brahmana. Now an important question may arise. If I accept Brahmana initiation, should I act as a Brahmana regardless of my nature? Or should I stick to the duties assigned to me by my Varna, which I have acquired from my previous lives? While examining this question, let us first see how the scriptures describe a Brahmana's 6 main engagements. First, Patna. By studying the Vedas, Brahmanas become learned scholars. 2. Patna. Brahmanas teach the knowledge they acquire to others. This is also called Adhyapana. 3. Yajna. Brahmanas become expert in worshipping the Lord or the demigods. 4. Yajna. They teach others how to execute this worship. 5. Pratigraha. 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 Or maybe Pratigraha. They become qualified to receive alms from others. Dana. They distribute the wealth they acquire in charity. So there is a footnote. Let's see. Just a moment. Footnote to chapter 3, number number 12. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 7, 11, 14, purport. The following 2 quotes are from the same purport. Okay. Yes. These 6 activities provide the basis of how a Brahmana earns his livelihood. Srila Prabhupāda cites the Manu Samhita for scriptural evidence. Sanantu karma namasya trini karma nijivika yajana jnapanicha vishuddhacha pratigraha. Of the Brahmana's 6 occupational activities, 3 are meant to maintain his life, Jivika, Yajna, to worship the Lord, Adhyapana, to teach the Vedas, and Vishuddhat, Pratigraha, to accept alms from a pure source. As Srila Prabhupada explains, this prevents a Brahmana from earning a salary. A Brahmana cannot take up any professional occupational duty for his livelihood. The Shastras especially stress that if one claims to be a Brahmana, he cannot engage in the service of anyone else by accepting a regular payment. Otherwise, he at once falls from his position and becomes a Shudra. This statement may naturally lead to the following question. Should Brahmana initiated devotees who work for a salary give up their jobs and lifestyles? But this is not the point of the discussion, as Srila Prabhupada clearly explains in the following conversation. Here Srila Prabhupada is of course His Divine Grace, Abhayacharna Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupada, the Diksha disciple of His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvati Ṭhākura Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada clearly explains in the following conversation. Panchadravida. Ashudra, he asks. Panchadravida, this is a person who may be disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He asks questions. And Srila Prabhupada answers. Panchadravida. Ashudra, if he is working, he cannot take Brahmana initiation, but he can take Hari Nama. Is that it? Prabhupada. A devotee, because he is working as a Shudra. He is not a Shudra. Neither he is a Brahmana. He is already on the spiritual platform. But for management, we have to divide like that. One can do the Shudra's work nicely. Let him be engaged in that way. Why he should imitate a Brahmana? Somebody else asks a question. Mahamsa. Does he get second initiation? Prabhupada. Everything he will get. Mahamsa. He gets. Prabhupada. Yes. Second initiation means he is recognized. Now he has become a fully competent Vaishnava. Panchadravida. What if the person working as Shudra says, I can do so much, I can. Prabhupada. First of all, try to understand. A devotee is neither Brahmana nor Shudra. He may act like a Shudra, but he is not a Shudra. He may act like a Brahmana. He is not a Brahmana. He is a Vaishnava. In other words, now His Holiness Jahnava Swami continues with the explanation. In other words, the whole field of material duty, engagement, and livelihood belongs to the discussion of Varna and Ashrama, whereas Mantra Diksha is a transcendental affair untouched by the devotee's conditioned nature. Prabhupada told us that a Vaishnava Brahmana is different from a Varnashrama Brahmana. Although having received initiation in the Pancharatrika system, a Vaishnava Brahmana's emphasis lies on Bhagavata Marga, not on Pancharatrika Vidhi. This is what it means to be transcendental to Varnashrama Dharma. We should also consider that in Vedic tradition Diksha, was given to the three higher Varnas: Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas. Therefore, even from the aspect of Vedic Dharma, receiving Gayatri initiation doesn't necessarily mean one has to adopt the duties and lifestyle of Brahmana. If the initiate is a Kshatriya or Vaishya by nature, he will continue to act according to the Dharma of his respective Varna. On the other hand, Srila Prabhupada repeatedly stressed the point that a Vaishnava has to rise to a higher standard, although he never demanded that his disciples follow the countless traditional rules of the Brahmana Varna. He obviously expected them to develop a Brahmanical life based on purity, sense, and mind control. Purity, sense, and mind control. Sense and mind control. Truthfulness and compassion. So now there is a citation. Let us see. This is from. Let us see. Yes. Here it is written. Yes, this conversation here. This conversation, the conversation before the explanations, it is from Morning Walk in Hyderabad, April the 20th of April 1974. And the next citation is the next text which is cited here, which I will try to read after some seconds. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 4:12-48, the purport. So it is citated here, it is quoted here. The Krishna consciousness movement has been started especially to create qualified Brahmanas to broadcast spiritual knowledge all over the world. For these people may become very happy. For thus people may become very happy. For thus people may become very happy. Okay. Srila Prabhupada usually spoke of Brahmana initiation, not mantra diksha, to emphasize that receiving the Gayatri mantras means that one should always try his or her best to rise to the Brahmanical platform according to the 9 qualities previously discussed. Shamudama, Stapa, Shaucham, and so on. Actually, a number of devotees who received Brahmana initiation personally from Srila Prabhupada had to recite these qualities by heart and promise to live by them. Of course, His Holiness Sachinanda Swami, he knows for sure because he's one of these persons. Okay, now there is some awesome quotation where it is written about these qualities of Brahmana, Shamudama, Tapas, Shaucham, and so on. This is from Bhagavad Gita 1842. Yes, Okay. Yes. Even before being initiated into Gayatri mantras, Vaishnavas must possess certain preliminary qualifications. Then, with the help of the Gayatri mantras, they will be able to transcend the influence of material nature and eventually overcome their material designations, Varna and Ashrama. At that time, they act as true Vaishnava Brahmanas on the pure platform of Shuddha Sattva. Until that time, second initiated disciples will practice their Dharma according to their conditioned nature. Exactly what form this practice takes depends on their individual natures. Disciples will want and accept their guru's help in determining the particulars of their practice. Still, all devotees, especially those who have received mantra diksha, should observe some general rules. A devotee of Lord Krishna should always aspire to act on the spiritual platform. To help us attain this, the acharyas have provided easy and light ones that qualify one as a brahmana. The following three specific areas will help us to quickly rise to the brahmanical platform. Practice good sadhana, engage in puja, either occasionally or regularly. Spread Krishna mercy by preaching. All devotees can perform these activities in one way or another, although each person may perform them according to his or her own social and personal status. Even if one lacks the outstanding qualities of a traditional Vedic Brahmana, these three engagements will quickly mold his or her life and character. Even the serious attempt to practice these activities will qualify one for advancement. To illustrate this point, Śrīla Prabhupāda once described how a young judge can become qualified. The bench will teach you how to act. Similarly, a devotee aspiring to become a qualified Brahmana simply has to act from the court bench. Of these three engagements, he or she will become expert and pure sooner or later. So the next part of the chapter 3 is faith in Guru, and I will continue with that part the next time. Jai His Holiness Satchidananda Swami, Jai the Gayatri book. And now I will continue with the very uh, wonderful book. The other books are also very wonderful, and this is also a very wonderful book. This is A Place of Sandalwood and Roses from Govinda Dasi, from um, Srimati Govinda Dasi. I must see where was the last time. Just a moment. Um, oh, the preface. Oh, okay. So the book has not begun yet, really. Of course, it begins slowly. There is a preface now. Before the last time, what I read the last time, also some kind of a note to the reader. Okay. Oh no. Yes, yes, a note to the reader. Yes, the last time I read this wonderful um, poem from Govinda Dasi about Srila Prabhupada. His Divine Grace abides Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. And I will again read it. It's really beautiful. Your room was my whole world, galaxy center of the universe, and you were all the people. There was no one but you in my world, shining as the evening wishing star. You were everyone and everything to me. Now I will continue with reading the preface. It is from Govinda Dasi. It is written here. Uh, December the 23rd 3rd of December 2008. Okay. So preface. This is my story, but in fact, it's more than my story. It's an eternal story of the spiritual master and disciple. On reading it, some people have said, this is like a time machine taking me back to the 60s. I feel like I am with the Srila Prabhupada, Swamiji, seeing him through the eyes of a devotee who was there. And I guess that's how it has turned out, maybe unintentionally. Formerly, I thought this was meaningful only to me. My sentimental, heartfelt memories of the time spent with my beloved Gurudev, as he became the center focus of my life. Then one day, only a few years after his departure from this mortal world, I had a stark realization. On that day, I was sitting in Srila Prabhupada's room at the Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan, the sacred place where he often said, I reside eternally. The pujari had set a plate of fruit on the small table in front of his sitting place and asked me to offer it. So I said, softly chanting Hare Krishna and meditating on the large photo of Srila Prabhupada before me. For some time, I sang in a tune that I know he loved, gently tapping my tiny hand cymbals. Tears of separation streamed down my cheeks. Then, while chanting, I had the most extraordinary experience. It was like another world opened up, and I began to see Srila Prabhupada's lifetime, Lila. just like a movie before my mind's eye. There was no effort on my part to remember anything. Moving pictures flashed before the screen of my mind. Srila Prabhupada landing in airports, smiling and walking with devotees, dancing devotees, swooping and laughing, welcoming him on arrival. Srila Prabhupada sitting on a Vyasa-san, speaking, preaching. His expressions animated and lively. Srila Prabhupada traveling here, traveling there, walking in parks, on beaches, by rivers, in America, in Hawaii, in India. Glimpses of him sitting behind his trunk desk, talking, smiling, calling my name, Govindasi. So Govinda Dasi, she explained in one there was a talk, and she explained that actually Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace Abhayacharya Vrnda Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupada, he was actually not saying Govinda Dasi, he was saying always Govindasi. Govindasi, he was saying. Yes. This went on for some time. These were not memories in the common sense of the term. For a few precious moments, I had been invited into a alternate reality where these pastimes are going on eternally. The realization was clear. Srila Prabhupada's life is Lila, eternal Lila, eternal Lila. Having experienced that spiritual dimension by Srila Prabhupada's grace, for the first time I understood the words that the words that grace of threshold of Srimad Bhagavatam. He lives forever by his divine instructions, and the follower lives with him. I also understood that in spite of my flaws and frailties, I must share this glimpse with the world, for now and for posterity, for others who will come and who will want to enter into the divine lila of Srila Prabhupada. The doors of perception are open for everyone. You simply have to open your heart, chant Hare Krishna, and enter within. Those of us who are fortunate, indeed blessed, to witness any part of the divine lila of Srila Prabhupada have received the greatest benediction. And without a doubt, it is our prime duty, each and every one of us, to share his greatness with the world. Thank you for your patience in reading my imperfectly composed attempt. Om Tat Sat. Govinda Dasi, dated at Hawaii, 20th of December 2008. And now the next are acknowledgements, and after the acknowledgements, the book begins. Okay. The next time I will continue. In the comments, I will write where one can purchase the book. For example, per internet, one can purchase the book, or one can purchase it. Yes, well, uh, I had the fortune to purchase the book from Govinda Dasi personally, and there is very beautiful, very beautiful um, it is signed here. I will show you just a moment. How can I show you? It is signed. Very nice, very nice, just wonderful. Yes. Jai, His Divine Grace, Abhay Charan Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. Jai, Srimati Govinda Dasi. Jai, a place of sandalwood and roses book. Now I would like to read again from Charitamrita, Charitamrita. Now we're hearing that. Okay, very good. Yes, Madhila 880. Again, we are in the conversation between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya. Yes, the next verse is actually not written yet. Not read yet. Yes, so the next verse is Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita um, from Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Chaitanya Charitamrita from Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Translation in English from His Divine Grace. Abhay Charan Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. So Madarila 880. It's a little bit better now. One sees me. That's very good. Okay. Madarila 881. Tashamavira bhukchara smayamana monkabucha pitambara darashra sakshan mahanmatahamanmataha. Translation. Suddenly, due to their feelings of separation, Lord Krishna appeared among the gopis dressed in yellow garments and wearing a flower garland. His lotus face was smiling, and he was directly attracting the mind of Cupid. Purport. This verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:32-2. When the rasa dance was going on, Krishna suddenly disappeared, and the gopis became so overwhelmed due to his separation and their intense love for him that Krishna was obliged to appear again. Yes, how nice. But how this was, just a moment, I want to see how this was connected with the conversation between Ramananda and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just want to see how it was. Yes, after Ramananda replies, conjugal attachment for Krishna is the topmost position in love of Godhead, and after that they describe the pastimes which are also described in Srimad Bhagavatam and in other books. Yes, okay. So we see what a beautiful verse is that this said after Krishna disappeared and then Krishna appears again. Really wonderful. So beautiful. So the next verse, let us see what's the next verse. Madhurila 8:82. Chitacharitamrita. Krishna Prabhutira Upaya Bahuvida Krishna Prabhutira Bahuta Chaya. Translation. There are various means and processes by which one may attain the favor of Lord Krishna. All these transcendental processes will be studied from the viewpoint of comparative importance. Yes, so now let's see what they will continue to say. Yes, this is Ramananda. He's saying this. Yes, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that he should talk about these mellows. So he's talking, obviously. Yes. Yes. Okay. The next verse, Charitamrita Madhurila 8:83. Kintu yan rasa se sarvottam tatastahana vicharya achitara tama. Translation. It is true that whatever relationship a particular devotee has with the Lord is the best for him. Still, when we study all the different methods from a neutral position, we can understand from a neutral position, we can understand that there are higher and lower degrees of love. Yes, so very nice. The next time I will continue with the next verses. Just a moment, I want to see something. So, let's see verse 10 of Shubdashamrita of Śrīla Rupa Goswami. Just a moment. Yes. Just a moment. Yes. Let us see how it was. Karmibhya parito priyata vyaktiya naste bhyogya vimukta bhakti parama premaika nishtastata Divyasta Pashupala Pankaja Trishasta Bhupisa Radhika Prishta Tadvaya Tadiya Sarase Tanashraya Kahagriti. So, let's see. Translation. In the Shastra, it is said that of all types of fruitive workers, he who is advanced in knowledge of the higher values of life is favored by the Supreme Lord Hari. Out of many such people who are advanced in knowledge, Gyanis, one who is practically liberated by virtue of his knowledge may take to devotional service. He is superior to the others. However, one who has actually attained Prema, pure love of Krishna, is superior to him. The gopis are exalted above all the advanced devotees. So, I read again. The gopis are exalted above all the advanced devotees because they are always totally dependent upon Sri Krishna, the transcendental cowherd boy. Among the gopis, Srimati Radharani is the most dear to Krishna. Her Kunda lake is as profoundly dear to Lord Krishna as his most beloved of his gopis. Who then will not reside at Radhakunda and in a spiritual body surcharged with the surcharged spiritual bodies are charged with ecstatic devotional feelings, aprakrita bhava, render loving service to the divine couple of Sri Sri Radha Govinda who perform their Astakalya Lila, their eternal eightfold daily pastimes. Indeed, those who execute devotional service on the banks of Radhakunda are the most fortunate people in the universe. So see what a beautiful verse is that. So it is clear who is the highest devotee, actually. And the highest devotee, Srimati Radhika. After her are the gopis of Vrindavan. After them are many exalted devotees, many very elevated devotees are after them. But on the first place is Srimati Radhika because she is on the first place in the heart of Sri Krishna. And Srimati Radhika loves Sri Krishna more than everybody else. So she loves, Srimati Radhika loves Sri Krishna with the highest love, but Madanakya Mahabhava or Unatojvala Rasa, or it has also other names, this beautiful, wonderful, undescribable feeling of love, which is the highest love in all the worlds. And in every verse of Sri Sri Shikshastaka, as we all know, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expresses this love. Because in Sri Sri Shikshastaka, spoken from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the 16th century, is expressed the love, the crying in separation, the love of a pure devotee for Krishna. In this way, actually, also the love of Srimati Radhika to Sri Krishna is described there. So we see how actually, yes. Let's see, for example, verse 6. Nainam glada shrudaraya, vadanam gadgadaruda gira, pulakarinchitam vapukada, davanama grahane bhavishyati. Nainam glada shrudaraya. Vadanam gadgadaruda gira, pulakarinchitam vapukada, davanama grahane bhavishyati. Nainam glada shrudaraya. Vadanam gadgadaruda gira, pulakarinchitam vapukada, davanama grahane bhavishyati. Oh my Lord, when it will be that by chanting, when I chant your holy names, tears will flow from my eyes like rain from monsoon clouds. All the hairs of my body will still stand on end in ecstasy. My voice will tremble and choke. When it will be like this, O Lord, when I chant your holy names, says this verse. And Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Sanbodhana Bhāsyam, he explains that in verse 6, in this verse, actually there are described the external qualities, symptoms of perfection. And in the spiritual world, that means perfection means love. Love and ability to perfection means love and ability to love with pure love. This is in the spiritual world the perfection. Of course, we all know our in our world where we all live, actually perfection is something else. Surely not the ability to love. This is not seen as perfection. In our world, it is seen like the ability to love and the symptoms of love or qualities of love. Symptoms of love are seen as weakness. This is in our world, but in the spiritual world, actually, the ability to love with pure love is perfection. So that's why the symptoms of ability, the symptoms of ability, the symptoms to be able, the symptoms which show that somebody is able to love with pure love. In the spiritual world, the symptoms are seen as perfection. The symptoms are showing perfection actually because they're showing, the symptoms are showing perfection because they are showing the ability to love with pure love. This is in the spiritual world. So we see how here the pure devotee uh, is sure that he or she does not really love Krishna. When one really loves, they are always thinking that they don't love enough. It is always like this when one really loves. And here the pure devotee would like to actually have these symptoms of pure love to Krishna. But we all know the pure devotees actually love Krishna. But on the first place is Srimati Radhika because her love is the highest Madanakya Mahabhav or Unatojvala Rasa. This is the love which is the highest. In this way, Srimati Radhika is the highest devotee actually, the topmost pure devotee. After her are the other gopis of Vrindavan. We see how women are the most elevated devotees. They are women. Because the women, we all know the women, they are better in devotion. It is just described like this in verse 10 of Śrīla Rupa Goswami's Upadeshamrita. So, in this way, um, in this way, let us now go to the again to the beautiful world of Vrindavan. Of course, we cannot just like this go there, but I mean, yes, it is not. Uh, um, we can just try to think about Krishna, or if, of course, it is not just that we want to think about Krishna and then we begin to think about Krishna. Well, it can happen with the mercy of the Lord, only with the mercy of the Lord. It is everything dependent on the Lord's mercy, Krishna's mercy. If he would like to come on our tongue, then he will come and we can then sing about Krishna and for Krishna and try to glorify Krishna. But it is everything. We cannot really control it. The controller is Krishna. So that's why the topmost pure devotees are women, because the women are better in devotion. And this is stated in this way in verse 10 of Sri Upadeshamrita of Śrīla Rupa Goswami. And and the highest. But why they are topmost pure devotees? Because Krishna loves them more than everybody else. Krishna loves Srimati Radhika more than everybody else. And after her, the other gopis. Of course, Krishna loves also the other pure devotees, and Krishna actually loves everybody. But he loves Srimati Radhika more than everybody else. That's why she is the topmost pure devotee. Now let us see. I would like again to try to sing this verse, which is about the Purushottama month. Well, I don't know if yes, this Purushottama month. If the Purushottama month is over, I will continue to sing it further for a while because it's beautiful. So again, I will try to sing this verse 33 times. Govardhana Dharam Vande Gopalama Gokula sorry. Govardhana Dharam Vande Gopala Goparupina Gokula Mishana Govinda Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavana Gokula Goparupina Govardhana Dharavana Gopala Goparupina Gokula Mishana Govinda Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavana Gopala Goparupina Gokula Mishana Govinda Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavana Gopala Goparupina Gokula Mishana Govinda Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavana Gopala Goparupina Gokula Mishana Govinda Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavana Gopala Goparupina Gokula Mishana Govinda Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavana Gopala Goparupina Gokula Mishana Govinda Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavana Gopala Goparupina Gokula Mishana Govinda Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavana Gopala Goparupina Gokula Mishana Govinda Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavana Gopala Goparupina Gokula Mishana Govinda Gopi Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokula Tava Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokula Tsava Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokula Tsava Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokulotsava Mishana Govinda Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokulotsava Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalam Goparupina Gokulatseva Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalam Goparupina Gokulatseva Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokulatseva Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalam Goparupina Gokulatseva Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalam Goparupina Gokulatseva Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokulatseva Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokulatseva Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokulatseva Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokulatseva Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokulatseva Mishana Gopika Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavande Gopalan Goparupina Gokulatseva Mishana Govindan Gopika Priya Govardhana Dharavanda Gopala Goparupina Gokulatsahamichanam Govindan Gopi Kapriya 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 Govardhana Dharavanda Gopala Goparupina Govardhana sorry Govardhana Dharavanda Gopala Goparupina Gokulatsahamichanam Govindan Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavanda Gopala Goparupina Gokulatsahamichanam Govindan Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavanda Gopala Goparupina Gokulatsahamichanam Govindan Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavanda Gopala Goparupina Gokulatsahamichanam Govindan Govardhana Dharavanda Gopala Goparupina Gokulatsahamichanam Govindan Gopi Kapriya Govardhana Dharavanda Gopala Goparupina Gokulatsahamichanam Govindan Gopi Kapriya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I tried to sing it again 33 times. So this now I will sing the Sri Stuti and come to an end. Sorry. Well, yes. So, as you all know, I'm not qualified on such topics like Vedic literature. So, if I try to say something on Vedic literature, or Vedic topics, you must know I'm not trying to instruct anybody. I'm just trying to understand those topics, and of course, one had to try to understand the Vedic literature and Vedic poems under the guidance of teachers, under the guidance of Diksha Guru and Shiksha Gurus. All of you who are Vaishnavas in Raganuga Bhakti, and especially those who are Vaishnavas in Rupanuga Bhakti, you are all my Gurus. Greetings to you, Dandavat, Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Vanchakapatarupascha kripasnupevacha patitinam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namaste Narasimhaya Praladalada Daine Hiranyakashipuraksha Shilatankana Ito Nrishimho Parato Nrishimho Yato Yato Yamitato Nrishimho Mahir Nrishimho Hridaya Nrishimho Nrishimho Madhicharanya Prabhupada Tavakara Kamalavare Nakava Putta Shrinka Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jajagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jajagadisha Hare Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlada Lada Daine Prahlada Lada Daine Hiranyakashipurvaksha Hiranyakashipurvaksha Shilatankanakalaya Shilatankanakalaya Iton Rishimho Paraton Rishimho Iton Rishimho Paraton Rishimho Yato Yato Yamitaton Rishimho Yato Yato Yamitaton Rishimho Bahir Nishimho Hridaya Nishimho Bahir Nishimho Hridaya Nishimho Nrishimhamadin Sharanya Prapade Nrishimhamadin Sharanya Prapade Tava Tava Karakamalavare Nakama Bhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Shri Nishima Janrishim Jaya Janrishim Hadev Prakladesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shri Nishima Janrishim Jaya Janrishim Hadev Prakladesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shri Nishima Janrishim Jaya Janrishim Hadev Prakladesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shri Nishima Janrishim Jaya Janrishim Hadev Prakladesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa. Nrisimhade Jaya, Nrisimhade Jaya, Nrisimhade Jaya, Nrisimhade Jaya, Prahlad Nrsimha, Prahlad Nrsimha, Prahlad Nrsimha Jaya, Prahlad Nrsimha Jaya, Lakshmi Nrsimha, Lakshmi Nrsimha, Lakshmi Nrsimha Jaya, Lakshmi Nrsimha Jaya, Lakshmi Nrsimha, Lakshmi Nrsimha, Lakshmi Nrsimha Jaya, Lakshmi Nrsimha. Jagannath Jaya, Jagannath Jaya, Baladeva Jaya, Subhadra Jaya, Jagannath Jaya, Jagannath Jaya, Baladeva Jaya, Subhadra. Gauranita Jaya, Gauranita Jaya, Gauranita Jaya, Shri Shri Gauranita. Gauranita Jaya, Gauranita Jaya, Gauranita Jaya, Shri Shri Gauranita. Radha Madhava Radha Gopinatha, Radha Gokulananda Shri Radha. Radha Madhava Radha Gopinatha, Radha Gokulananda Shri Radha. Radha Shyam, Radha Shyam, Radha Govinda, Radha Shyam. Radha Shyam, Radha Shyam, Radha Govinda Shri Radha. Guru Deva Jaya, Guru Deva Jaya, Guru Deva Jaya, Guru Deva. Guru Deva Jaya, Guru Deva Jaya, Guru Deva Jaya, Guru Deva. Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Śrīla Prabhupada. Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Śrīla Prabhupada. Thank you so much for your attention. Hare Krishna.